got a question actually on the side effects note. So there's a really brilliant novel called My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Ottessa Mofgesh, where I'm glad you know it as well. But basically, she's got this kind of quack doctor called Dr. Tuttle that she's found. And she's already been through every doctor in New York and had all of the sleep medications prescribed to her. So she's now getting this doctor who will do whatever she wants to prescribe her medications that have sleepiness as a side effect, so that she can put herself in the sleepy state, like deliberately benefiting from the side effect rather than from whatever the medicine was for. So obviously it's doing all of these incredibly messed up things to her body, but it doesn't matter because she's delighted to be accessing the sleepy side effect through the medications that she takes. But then it made me think about, with hypnosis, like so much of it is about like, if I go into this state, then I will be able to have these benefits in my waking life. I will be more productive, I will be nicer, I will be able to not react in that way to that thing. And so I'm kind of wondering what you think about the validity of just the hypnosis state on its own, as opposed to the hypnosis state to do something that you then bring out into waking life. And it kind of reminded me of when we had Will Rowlandson for the first Semantrics dialogue, and he introduced this concept of lucid waking as opposed to lucid dreaming. So yeah, I'm just interested in that dichotomy.
Fascinating. The lucid waking reminds me of the work of a guy called Bion, who was a British analyst, and he talks about how all of waking life is actually just waking dream because it's all overlaid by fantasy. So good. But people do write about how if you can get somebody to enter into a real hypnotic relationship rather than state, maybe, I don't know, but into a hypnotic state as well, like that it can be healing in and of itself, because the person has been finally able to let go and submit in a way that feels absolutely safe. That can have a dramatic impact upon somebody's relationship to the rest of the world. In terms of like sleep meds, thank you for bringing it up, because it relates to something that I didn't really mention, but that at this point should make loads of sense. With mothers being the first hypnotists, right? Like the sort of paradigmatic kind of thing, teaching the baby to sleep, this kind of thing, and, you know, giving the breast and soothing and that kind of stuff. Essentially, through this sort of like, you know, relationship being embedded in the mind and this kind of thing, doctors, through the process of transference, become surrogate mothers. Essentially, it's one way of thinking about this. And so the placebo effect, or any of these things, is essentially, you know, placebo, placare, like this kind of thing to please, you know, giving what's wanted, what's desired, what's demanded, this kind of thing. Essentially, the giving of the placebo and often hypnotics don't even work in any sort of like real biological way. Some do, like Zopiclone, whatever, Ambien. But like, you know, they're essentially giving permission. It's a mother surrogate giving some ritualized permission to somebody to be able to sleep. You know, it's just, this is a fantasied thing that's going on outside of the awareness of the person. So, you know, in this person going to all these doctors looking for the side effects of the things, which probably, you know, I don't really have any biological mechanism. What they're doing is just going through a series of mother surrogates